many days like this, but the day before he said, Grandma, your hair looks like a skunk, I want to dye your hair. I said, Justin, when you get my age, you don't care about your hair. And he said, no, you look like a skunk. No, no, no. And he said, come outside, he said with me and talk to me about it. I said, can I do your hair red? No. Purple? No. He goes, how about blue? No. How about brown? I said, okay, you can do it brown. So okay, I'll do it Thursday. Well, what's the matter with tomorrow? I'll do it Thursday. I said, all right. He said, another thing too, he said, if you win the lottery or something, he said, can we get some Botox? I said, what do you want Botox for? He said, I want to get rid of those crow's feet. He said, I said, what are you trying to do? I said, I look that bad? And he goes, yeah, looking pretty scruffy. I said, well, if we get Botox, we're getting some from you. You got big bags under your eyes, and he was up all night. So anyway, the night before he passed, he said, Grandma, I got a job interview tomorrow. He said, oh, I got to dye my hair. And I said, not tonight. Oh, I'm too tired. Because I had to stay up when he was up because he'd get into stuff, leave all the lights on, leave the refrigerator door open. And every few minutes he'd open the bedroom door and say, Grandma, come here. I said, what? Come outside, I'm afraid. Of what? There's a raccoon out there. Justin's this tall, what am I supposed to do about it? I'd go out with him and I'd say, there's no raccoon. Did you just smoke some dope or do something stupid? He goes, no, I promise, I didn't. And I'm sitting here and all of a sudden here comes this raccoon. I thought, okay, I see one too. And he goes, I know I didn't smoke any dope or take anything good. So he said, I told you, Grandma. He said, oh, I gotta try some clothes on for tomorrow. I said, hurry up, I want to go to bed, I'm tired. You kept me up all for the last 3 nights. We did this fashion show, it took 2.5 hours. Do you like this, Grandma? No. Oh my God. Do you like this? No, I wouldn't wear it to a dog fight. Pretty soon he goes, you're evil. I said, I never said I wasn't. I said, why don't you go to bed? He said, you can't tell me to go to bed, I'm 22. I said, I tell you to go to bed every night. Now get to bed. So, a little while later, I went to bed. Pretty soon, Grandma, can you come dye the back of my hair? He had hair dye dripped everywhere. I thought, oh, I'm going to kill you. I said, I'm going to kill you, get to bed. And he goes, Grandma, I got to stay up 45 minutes. I said, what for? Because you got to rinse the dye out. And I looked at him, I said, oh, yeah, okay. I said, oh, no, I got coffee, and I'm getting ready for my 45 minutes. Next thing I know, I said, oh, you got it all over the bathroom, all over the wall, you got it on the floor. So it took me 45 minutes to clean up the mess. Pretty soon he got a shower, and I patted his hair dry, and I walked him to the bed, and I said, go to bed. Don't get up again. And he just looked at me, and I said, go to bed. So, anyway, the day passed. He snored all day. So I checked him every 15 minutes, every half hour. And finally, when I checked him, he was gone. I knew he was gone. And I started doing CPR. And immediately, I started to panic. Because I thought, oh my God, he's not going to alive. So I yelled out to God in my head, God. And all of a sudden, this peace came about me. And God said, I'm here. I'm here. And I've been peaceful ever since inside. I've been emotional because I see other people's pain. But I want you to know Justin suffered immensely with some bad hips. He had a tumor in his right hip and had it removed last year. He had another lump in the left hip. He's going to vote for Obama because he needs Obamacare. After going to the emergency room every night, he's been to every emergency room, every single one of them, multiple times. Hospital at Loma Linda. Every day he'd get mail, it's all bills. He'd stack them all up, and one day he said, you know what, Grandma? He said, if I get Obamacare and have insurance, he said, they sent the bills to them, not to me. And I said, I was going to vote for Ron Paul because I don't like that war. He said, but I'm going to have to go for Obamacare. And I said, me too, oh my gosh. I said, well, don't worry about the bills, you're too young to worry about all that. And then he said to me, Grandma, he goes, you're my BFF. I said, what does that mean? So I thought, oh, you're my best friend forever. And I said, I know. And he goes, Grandma, nobody in the whole world would put up with me for as long a time as you have. And I said, yeah, and then he said he's getting that job, so he'd have $10 an hour, and he's going to get an apartment with 3 bedrooms. And he's going to get a car, and insurance, and gas, He's going to support me and Grandpa, because we supported him. I said, Justin, and then he goes, oh, by the way, how do you fill out a W-2? And I said, oh, and he goes, what is that? Because he never had a real job. He had one time, and poor Chad had to go beat the guy up, pretty much wrench his check out of the guy. The guy wasn't going to pay him. Anyway, I said, W-2 is where the government gets their share and then they give you the rest. What? Oh no, they get their own money. He said, oh no, I need that $10 an hour. I said, well, you don't get the whole $10 an hour. Because he had it all figured out. And then I said, plus you can't rent an apartment, get a car, and gas, and insurance, and food on $10 an hour. And he said, how much would I get if the government took theirs first? I said, well, you're probably going to about half. Oh no, unacceptable. Then he said, well, maybe I shouldn't even work. And I said, well, you have to work. You got that money. I can't give you any more. But he'd ask me for money, and I'd say, no, I already gave you $5 earlier. And he said, well, I'm asking Grandpa. I said, don't bother Grandpa, he's real sick. I'm asking Grandpa because he loves me. He'd go in the bedroom, and I said, Justin, get out of there. And every few minutes he'd be bothering my mother. Did you win at bingo? I said, don't tell him, Mom, because you know darn well what that means. And every time she went to bingo once, she slipped him a few bucks. So he'd wait by the door for her to come over for bingo. And he could tell by her face, did you win? And she'd say, well, and he'd say, he won. Can you give me some? And I'd say, leave her alone. Every night I'd say, leave Grandma alone. Leave Steve alone. Go to bed. He said, Grandma, I'm 22. Anyway, I love him. He's crazy. One night he said, I don't feel good. I think there's something really wrong with me. I said, besides being cuckoo? And he said, yeah. He said, my hips are hurting so bad, Grandma. And then he said, oh, did you see the new shoes my mom got me for my birthday? And I said, let me see them, because I've been hiding them from you. I said, where'd your mother? He said, you know that money Mom gave me for my birthday? I said, yeah. He said, I'll show them to you, but don't. He said, don't get mad at me. He brought out these ugly shoes in the whole world that nobody would ever wear. And I said, you paid $80 for those? And he said, oh, I love them. Oh, these are really great shoes. And they're big platforms and they're ugly. And I said, Justin, you're too tall and skinny to wear them, you know. Anyway, he was walking really clumsy, and I said, I taught him how to walk in them. Then I remembered, I said, wait a minute, you can't wear those. Can you take them back? He goes, why not? And I said, because of your hips. You have to have your feet flat. Because your hips are, you know, they'll hurt your hips. He said, well, if I wear them for an hour, I said, well, take some other shoes with you, because that's going to be painful. You can't elevate your hips right now. And night after night, he had me come and feel a lump on his hip. And every night he said, come feel my lump. I'd come out and rub it and say, I'm sorry, honey, we're gonna get it checked. But anyway, he was miserable. He had a lot of pain and misery, but he also created a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I looked at the faces as people pulled up. There's people here from Orange County we knew many years ago. There's people here from a blast from the past, Uncle Gordon. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe Uncle Gordon was here. I didn't even know you were anywhere around here. So I saw some faces today that just brought back times and memories. But Justin was one of a kind. His friend Victoria from Orange County is here, and her grandmother. Justin loved Victoria. He called her Tori. And when he passed, I looked through my phone numbers. I was trying to get her number. And I looked and I thought, I remember, oh, he calls her Tori. Sure enough, on my phone is Tori's phone number. And I was thinking to myself, I have several of his friends in my phone. Then I remembered, he'd forget to charge his phone, and if he had an important number, he'd put it in my phone. So he lost 7 or 8 phones a year, so he finally learned to put his pictures on the internet, so if he lost his phone, he could download them. He had the most horrible music in the planet on his phone, so I didn't care about retrieving that. And but I just want you to know, Justin loved his friends and family. And I knew he had lots of friends, and these are not even a fraction of them. Every state we went to, any restaurant we walked into, I'd hear somebody scream, Justin! And I'd say, you know her? Oh yeah, Grandma knew from 4th grade. You know, Mecca, Arizona, a girl screamed Justin. I said, you know her? 4th grade. This 4th grade must have been something else. Anyway, and his school years were really kind of sad because we didn't know it at the time, but Justin had a learning disability and he couldn't read. And he'd say to me, Grandma, do you spell school S-K-O-O-L? And I say, no, remember the C-H? Oh, yeah. But even to this day, a week before he passed, he said to me, oh, I think I spelled school right for the first time. S-K-O-O-L. I said, that's pretty good. I figure, but he taught himself to read, and he actually passed his GED, which that might not sound like much, but for Justin, that was a humongous milestone. And then he got into beauty college, which he wanted to go. He wasn't going to beauty college necessarily to do hair. He was going there to learn makeup so he could do scabs and wounds and scars for TV. And he wanted to do like the, I don't know, goth makeup, and he wanted to do like really weird stuff. And he wanted to open a chain of beauty shops, so he watched that show where that lady teaches people how to run a business. He had it down pretty good, and he would have been successful, I'm sure. But God let me know that Justin's with him, so I'm at peace with that. And I know Justin would be so happy to see this many people fall out. I love you, I thank you, and I thank you for being Justin's friend, because that meant everything to him.